Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you a little midday Monday, Sunday, the 28th of August. Welcome on into the show. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Max Wager, winner free picks, parlays, wherever you're watching. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Give it a like if you want, subscribe, and more importantly, notification bell on so you know midday money, 7 days a week. It's me, it's Tim, it's you. It's a fun-filled, usually an hour, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. But again, comments when you're watching live help out. So, it keeps the show going. Keeps it going. Promo code is promoing on the bottom. But let's just jump into my record here. Bad day yesterday. And I just told Tim, I'm like, I said I got to go in here and take on Sin today. Now, baseball, Astros run line didn't get there yesterday. Again, we've had a rough baseball stretch this week. I'm not going to lie. I tell you, win, lose, how we do. The records are here. They say what they say. And no hiding from the records. 177 and 175 now. Still plus 28.62. Nice plus money there. Season totals 171 and 123, 57.35 with the faves. Not many faves. I go 3 and 4 yesterday with my overall picks. I had the Angels under, Tampa, and St. Louis on the money. St. Louis never in doubt with that money line. I had them early at 107 number there, so never in doubt with that. Right, that's St. Louis. Astros run line loser, Yanks run line loser, Seattle run line loser, a lot of losers. Arizona run line 155. Kind of salvages a 3 and 4 day. But again, when you take a lot of plus monies, it happens. 438 and 423 plus 3088. 434 and 435 plus 1364. Again, totals. You get some pushes to a win, a push to a loss. It adds up. You see it there. Overall, though, baseball, little record-wise, again, for baseball folks, and even hockey, me or anybody else, don't be fooled by a record when you can take plus money. Now, the reason I say that is because we're going to come into NFL exhibition. 6-6, didn't get it done yesterday here. The Browns loser, Tennessee, a late push there. So it is what it is. 6-6, 130. Overall, 11 and 8 plus 269. Now, that is a 57.9%, basically 58%. And people could laugh. That's terrible. I'll take a 58% NFL season every single season. Again, record-wise, 11-8, you're thinking, terrible. 58%, not too terrible. 177 and 175. 2 games better. You're not that good. Well, when you take some dogs and plus money, it really multiplies those kind of records. So that's that. Football, football, yes, college football, I should say. Losers all over. Now, good money for me. I did actually get a win on Illinois because when we did the video 2 weeks ago, it was 46. Here in the video, though, I think I put 43 on the video. It was 44. I wrote it down. Still a loser. Maybe you got to push. I took it as a loser here because I threw it up. I switched it late. The thing with the football lines are when we go and I do shows ahead of time, right? And we mention lines, and then I get comments like, oh, well, nobody had that line. So maybe you had a push of 44. Maybe you had a loss of 43. Maybe you bet it earlier at a better line. You got to win. For me, I don't mind. I'll take 0-3. It's fine. We'll move on. We'll have a winning season like we did last year. New Mexico State. Here we go. And I'll bring up these numbers again. Opened at 17. It was a 12. It was a 9. It was an 8. It was a 7. Didn't make a difference. Loser all over the place with New Mexico State. Although I did have the under there, so that was never really in doubt for that on my premium stuff. But again, 2 and 4 my premium, so not super. Because you saw some of them here. The Hawaii game, I came in with a 55 there, 54.5 for the video. Loser, I knew Hawaii was going to score much. I didn't think Vandy was going to drop a 50 count nugget on them for that. That's for sure. Was not expecting a 50 piece from Vandy. So there's that. I'm sure some people had some good days. Although I'm going to call out a couple people shortly. But real fast, let's do some college football again. I mentioned yesterday. The Nebraska, 56.5, down to 49.5. It was 52. Didn't make a difference. Game went over. New Mexico, again, total. Not the total. The side didn't matter. 17, 12, 9, 8, 7. It could have been 20, in that game. Didn't matter. UConn, 33 to 27 to 26. Dog. Pretty much never in doubt in that game. UTEP was a +5 to a +2 to a pick'em to a back to a +1. Never in doubt. Loser if you took UTEP. And that was a game yesterday. Some people are like, oh, what do you think of that game? How do you go from 5 to a pick'em and still think that the dog is live? I don't know. But on the flip side of that, Vandy from a pick'em up to 9.5. I don't want to say it was in doubt because you saw a 3-minute Hawaii touchdown. You're probably thinking, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into laying almost 10 points here? But Vandy rolled there. And some of the smaller schools, PA and Western, again, 26. Someone said it closed at a 34. Dog in the under, never in doubt, 64 to a 72. That was a spot. If you were paying attention, you see heavy rains there. You got to think like, why is this line going up and up and up? Again, dog in the under. Idaho State, UNLV, 22 to a 23.5. 53 to 49, dog in the favorite in the over. Duquesne, dog in the under against Florida State.
Go Duquesne.
40 to 46.5. So dog in the under there. Moorhead, Mercer was at 26. I don't. You know what? I didn't even write a final down for that one. A&M though, North Carolina, 35.5 up to a 45. North Carolina. I had the under here, 55. I was like, it was 57. I'm like, you know what? I'll grab a 57 here. Yeah, North Carolina. It is what it is. So I just figured, sometimes the early numbers, right? People's like, oh, CLV. Yeah, it's nice to have it. Doesn't mean you're going to win. I've said that time and time again. Maybe Illinois, you got to push with the total. Maybe you got to win. Maybe you got a loss. Sometimes it matters. Other times, it doesn't matter. Wilson, Nevada and Hawaii crush. Well, I guess you get a split there, right? S. Kim, meet me at the window. Philly money line, crush Miami. I think that's 27-0 at the half. And Travis C. Nebraska by 3 TDs. I wonder if that guy's even going to show up today after calling that one. A 3 TD win, and you're a 2-touchdown fave losing outright. So the pen does come out because you're going to come and say crazy stuff. I got to write them down. I'll take my lumps. You take yours. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. If you want to come, give me a follow. Please do. Say hello. Say hello. If you're watching, give it a quick like. I just popped over to the YouTube here because sometimes you get the crazy bots, but I've been pretty much bot free on the overnights with their spam. So I'm happy about that. Let us, shall we, jump into the comments section of the day. And real fast, I do like a couple baseball games today. I got one game up in the chat. NFL today, we'll talk about. College football, I'll probably toss that. You should know who I've already bet these games. I've said who I've already bet for Thursday, Friday, Saturday games. So, but I didn't add them here because it's a Sunday. We got time. Morning, Michael. How are you today? Dave, how are you? Like the Dodgers, Houston's, Jays run line. So I got a Houston run line last night at a +118. So I'll be with you on that one. The Jays with Stripling +2. What are they? -215, and the run line was -115. Down, it was 125 last night. I don't mind this. I don't mind this one here. Davidson, sure. And the Dodgers, Urias Cabrera. I thought about, believe it or not, taking a little Miami in the 230 spot here with
well, it took 3 pitches, but after 22 innings of no earned runs in August, Cabrera gives up a home run to Mookie Betts.
Lead off, right?
Lead off home run, 3 pitches in.
Right, and then you have a total of 7 in this spot. And like yesterday's game, you have good. It's a 7, 6.5. I can't I can't. I mean, again, I'm an under guy with my totals, right? But uh, I don't know. I like Cabrera. I was kind of leaning under here in M. As we mentioned, there's a home run. Didn't bet it. Urias, though. I mean, is this guy? I've talked about him all the time. Zero respect for this cat. You know, and I know there's going to be some. As long as we're talking about Dodgers and the Miami Marlins, Alcantara, nice complete game yesterday, right? 2-1 game, monster game. I'm still not cementing this guy in as a Cy Young guy. I mean, okay. I mean, why can't my guy Goose get any love here? Tim, come in here. I mean, you're a DeGrom guy, so you're kind of like the number, like doesn't make a difference, wins, losses, stuff like that.
Okay.
But you look at the record, 12-6. It's he's gonna have a winning record at least, right?
Yeah.
Is he the hands down favorite? I mean, obviously the odds say he's the. I mean, is he that much better than Alcantara? Because is he that much better because Gosselin's only the 5-6 inning guy? Is that more because, hey, we're the Dodgers, we don't have to throw our guy out here for 8 innings and hope he gives up no runs?
It's just the numbers that Alcantara is putting up this year. It's just, and you gotta look. And I don't mind Goose. I mean, my big concern for Goose was his innings. You gotta look at. Sure, these two guys have some pretty similar numbers. You got Goose, 16-1, fantastic, 2.12 ERA, 128 innings, which normally fine, okay. Then you look at Alcantara, has a .03 ERA worse, which mainly came from when he got tagged up against the Dodgers. He allowed 6 earned runs, and then he allowed 4 earned runs against the Phillies a couple starts previous, and 4 earned runs to the Mets, so it kind of brings his ERA up a little bit. But he's done this over 185 innings. He's got a whole 60 innings up on Gosselin. And that's the main reason why I'm kind of looking at it and being like, sure, Gonsolin should be in the conversation, but just the season that Alcantara is having, he is having a DeGrom-esque season. And I don't know if there's any pitcher like if
Gosselin might not give up 100 hits this year.
Correct.
I mean,
but he's also going to pitch like 60, 70 innings less than Alcantara.
Yeah, but that's the little hedge here. So he's going to have some innings less. He's going to have 100 less hits allowed, and he's going to have, well, if maybe not. I mean, what's he got now? 76 to 130. So yeah, basically like 70. What's that? Yeah. So we're about 70 behind, and same with the strikeouts. He's got 167 to 116. So we're talking like 60. Again, it works out. Strikeouts to the hits kind of almost balance themselves out. Although, yeah, it's basically the same. It's if he had more innings, it would be almost the same kind of stuff.
Exactly. But we don't know what he would be able to do in those extra 60 innings because he's never gone up that high. Now, would I go and start looking at next season and be like, all right, Goose can win the Cy Young next season? Yes. Like, I would look at him and more towards next season than this season, just because I think that the Dodgers will stretch him out more next season. Like, he's already going good, but
will they? Do they have to? Like, we've seen guys get hurt.
They don't have to, no. But the thing is, if I'm looking for a Cy Young, the best pitcher in baseball right now in the National League is Alcantara. 4 complete games, a complete game shutout. He just won a complete game against the Dodgers.
I know.
So, which kind of redeems his 6 earned runs, 10 hits, and 3 2/3 last game.
It's just how you're going to give a guy with a 2 ERA. Let's say he goes. How many starts he's got left?
We got a month
6
left.
Starts.
About 5-6 starts. Yeah.
He's going to go 21-1 with a 2 ERA. With, say, he strikes out.
$1.60.
Right, because he's doing what, about 5 a game average?
So maybe then $1.40. I just think
It's, I mean, and then your team, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, and Alcantara's numbers, wonderful. He might be 12-6. He might end up being 15-7 or something. Like, I mean,
if
I
he
get
was on
the
a team
50,
that actually
the
hit,
15 and the 15-7. I guess I could, you know, when I see like the Felix Hernandez Cy Young, I'm like, come on, man, the guy was like 9-12. I can't. It's a great season, you know what? But it's, what did you do it for? Nobody saw it. It's like done in the woods. Nobody sees it because your team's garbage. It's not under any pressure. You know, even Alcantara. Well, I mean, where's the pressure on Alcantara?
there is none.
I mean,
There is
because
none.
if that's the case, everybody on that pitching staff should be thought of a Cy Young candidate, because every time they take the hill, they have to give up at least, you know, maybe 2 runs. If you give them more than 2 runs, you're going to lose. So anyway, that whole team's a Cy Young candidate in my mind. You know,
I don't know.
He goes.
This is
I need 15 wins out of him to get him over Gosselin, because Gosselin's going to have 21-1 with a 2.13 ERA and allowing 96 hits. How?
But I don't know if I can. I can't fault Alcantara for the offense not scoring. Alcantara is doing everything in his power to win the games. I know he's on a bad team and everything, and we kind of made the argument a couple years ago when DeGrom won it. He was not on a good team. They did not provide run support, but Alcantara is having the best season out of any NL pitcher, in my opinion.
It's not a record. It's not a good in 24-4 where it's just off the chart. Like, it's not an off the chart year. You know what I'm saying? If he had a 189 ERA, I'd be like, you know what? The guy's got a sub-2 ERA. He's 59. He's got 290 strikeouts. He's not getting any of those numbers.
He was having a 1.7 something ERA until that 6-earned run game against the Dodgers.
Again, I'm holding on for Gosselin because I got a Gosselin ticket.
I feel that one. I have Alcantara written my thing from the preseason, so
Sandy's good. I'm not guy. You know him, Lopez. I mean, I like all their starters except for, well, he's on a DL now. But I mean, I like it. So it's not like I'm anti Alcantara. I'm just like, it's the same guys gonna go 21-1, give up less than 100 hits, and have a 2.11, 2.15 ERA, and be like, it's not a good enough year on a first place team. Okay.
By the way, 2-0 Dodgers.
I'm so glad I did not bet. Sorry for the Alcantara rant here with Gosselin, folks, but we just brought up the Dodgers, so I had to talk about it. Rewind. I'm so glad I did not bet New Mexico State. There was so much about winning them. Everybody was saying take the money line. Well, I mean, you see the line go from 17 to 9 to 8 to 7. Same thing probably with the UTEP. Like, I mean, I had them. I had the 9.5, and again, I'm still not a fan of Nevada. So good for you, saving yourself some cash. Toronto run line, yes. Stripling. White Sox run line. Here we go, Dylan Cease. And I thought about Dylan Cease run line last night. I'm like, you know what? It's a little plus money. Should I take a shot with him here? 7 runs allowed last game. You know what? And 14. In the 14 games before that, he allowed 6. 6. So we have him today against Arizona. I like Cease, Miz, right? I was like him. Obviously Verlander, Cy Young, hopefuls here. I just don't know with this White Sox lineup. Are they going to score enough to get it done here? Now, Arizona, I get it. People don't love Arizona. Zach Davies, he's pitched pretty decent. The White Sox, they draft 8-10. How are we running to bet the White Sox? Cease has been great. I just, I don't know. Toronto over, yes. Only cause I think Stripling will give up a few, even as bad as the Angels are. But I think Toronto gets to this kid today, Davidson. Houston over 7. So you're thinking they get to Voth, or Verlander gives up a 2-piece combo here. And you get like a 6-2 kind of game. Yanks over, yes. I bet the Yankee over. Give me the Bombers today. I got them. I got the over here. I got over 8 and over 8.5. And I thought about a run line. It's come down. It's 140 last night, 125. The Yanks have not been hitting all that great. Right? They had a good game, and I came back with a run line yesterday thinking, here we go. Maybe they're going to bust out. No, they proceed to lose. Where's our guy who the Yanks haven't lost since he came in? Right now, as a Yankee fan, what the hell are you doing, Yanks? Pete, how are you losing to these guys? I mean, you're throwing a no. This is typical Yanks, right? You got a no hitter going through 6, 7 innings, and it's 1-1, 2-1. You lose. You can't score. This is why the Yanks could possibly lose it in the division series, first round of the playoffs. They cannot do anything other than hit home runs. I mean, they give you a guy on second base. The Yankees, you can't get a guy to third base and get a sac fly. What is going on here? I mean, that's for any team really with this BS freaking runner on second. Can we stop that next year for the love of God and all that's holy? Please, phantom runners. That counts to the to your stats, but the 7 inning shutout when they want to do these doubles, 7 inning complete games, no, it's not real. Okay. Lane, 6-7 yes in college football. But I'm up thanks to a money line Northwestern play. Take it. We said Northwestern yesterday. Now, Scott Frost, what would we say? Last year's team, a lot of one score losses, and they proceed to do it again here. You're up, what was it, 28-17 or whatever, right? 2017 when they pulled that fake or onside kick. Onside kicks, they're fun, right? I mean, we saw the dude from Atlanta do 3 onside kicks in a game when they have like a 7-8% chance of being completed. The guy in the Falcons hit 3 in a row in a game. What are the odds of onside kicks in college? I mean, maybe a little better, maybe a 10% chance. I'd probably think it's less because it's kids and they don't know what the hell they're doing. So I'd say like a 3% chance. What are you doing? Scott Frost, goodbye. He should be let go. They should have a press conference Monday. He is fired. Let Mark Whipple take over the team, and that's it. How do you even let this guy coach his team again? Has not had a winning record. Nebraska. And I didn't even have Nebraska. I like Northwestern. I'm taking the Guardians on the money line just to see Ray. I just don't like Ray. Not a big fan of Saval, but his .39 career playing appearances, they are batting 176 against him. 39 plate appearances. We like Cleveland. We do. And I'll be honest with you. I was like these unders in this series, right? You got 2 teams that, well, Cleveland definitely have a struggling offense. The Seattle team, you'd think could score some runs with those guys. But they haven't, which is why they started out in a funk. You want to take a shot here with a plus 130? I'm not going to say no. No one's given Cleveland any respect. You know, like Ramirez, that's our little MVP guy who'll never be an MVP because he plays for Cleveland, but he's fabulous. Fantasy draft is today at 2 o'clock. It's today. Did I say it was Saturday? It's Sunday. It's today at 2 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll send everybody a link. You come watch it. I think it's going to be on Zoom or something. I haven't done. Last year I did a fantasy. My old buddies was like, "Hey, we need somebody to fill in." They needed somebody needed a partner. He couldn't do it, and I don't know. So I said, "Sure, I'll join and be a co-captain, and I'll let him do the drafting." And then somebody dropped out. I said, "Whatever, I'll do it." And I've been here since. Although I'm not a good fantasy guy. See, fantasy to me and sports betting are 2 different things. Yeah, these sites, it's great. You suck in the fantasy people, get them betting on games, and there are a lot of probably in-game. The fantasy people, I believe, are probably like the in-game and live betting folk because you're thinking like I'm going prayer props and I got this guy in fantasy, so I'm going to take this, and this. But for me, I'm a game better, so I don't want Danny White throwing 4 touchdown passes against the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for, I can't separate the 2. I don't want to separate the 2. I don't want to worry about the 2. Vandy puts up 63 and play Elon next week. They'll be 2-0 for the first time in 40 years. Yeah. You'd think they'd be 2-0. I saw them lose as a 20-point home favorite to Mid-Tennessee State. So, yeah, but let's go. They should be 2-0, yes. Duquesne touchdown. What are you, plus 44.5 bet? The Dukes.
I will say that Duquesne game. I had to convince Nick to let me put that up on the site, and we ended up making the agreement. We put it up as a free play, and it won. And then after the game, because me and Nick he's in Greenville, I'm in Raleigh, so we're about an hour and a half apart. I get a text from him, "You mother effer, Duquesne plus 44 with the check mark next to it." I'm like, yes, that's all I wanted to hear. like that game, and I was sweating that game out while we were watching. We actually watched a League of Our Own last night. Christina's never saw it. She wanted, yeah, I know.
I've never seen it. And I don't plan on seeing it. So,
well, yeah. Well,
although I haven't even seen it again on the movie tip. Never saw that movie. Never saw Sandlot. Never saw the Sandlot. People love the Sandlot.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Field of Dreams. Never saw it.
I've seen that one, but it's been a while.
Never saw it. My favorite baseball movies.
There you go.
Major League. Major League's great.
I've seen that one, but it's been a while.
Long Gone is a classic.
I have not seen that one.
Yeah. Victoria. What's her last name? Madsen. Victoria Madsen. Hot back in '86 when you're 12 years old. Preseason NFL has been the same. Falcons -3. I got it. Falcons spread went up to 7. Yeah. So, we'll talk preseason football right here, Dave. So, the Giants, we talked about this on the lines. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I square away with the Giants here on a +3, I said, right? Playing the Jets, like the Jets really? They play in the same stadium. There's no home field edge or stuff like that here. Now it's up to a 5 with the Jets. Detroit was a +4. Now it's up to a 6.5. I saw 5.5, 6, and 6.5 from a 4. What Pitt? Yeah, no, I'm not racing to bet some preseason NFL today, but good one yesterday. -3, and it went to a 7. That's and I say this with a 58% preseason record this year. I'll be happy with 58% preseason. This year, after that, forget about the Hall of Fame game. That first week of NFL where all those things flew over the total and just went nutty. For me, I don't know. I knew it was going to be a little wackier kind of preseason, not our historic preseasons, the way coaches have played and done things. I mean, just look at some of these scores from yesterday or this week, which is the walkthrough final preseason game, right? This is where you'd expect to see all the starters to come through. And also, it's the last preseason game, so you expect to see no starters, a bunch of nobodies, and there's that. So it starts out with a couple unders, right? Then we see a wild one in Dallas, which a team with just, I said Dallas under for the season because they had 2.5 linemen, lose another lineman. So now you're down 3 offensive linemen. Somehow they scored 27 points. Unbelievable there with them. That's a miracle. 27-10 in the Saints game. That's right around the total there. Raiders game, we knew that was never going to be in doubt for an under based on the coaches knowing each other. 23-6. New England is. I think New England's in trouble. Not that I'm betting Miami week 1. I might come into Miami. I was initially going to lean New England. I cannot in good conscience say, you know what? It's Belichick and New England. They find it. They couldn't find their way out of a corn maze in September with a map and a drone overhead, like showing them the way through. These guys look terrible on offense. Falcon game, 3-7. Over. Like, what's going on here? Cincy Rams, we knew it was going to be an ugly show. Hello, ugliness. Baltimore, a non-cover. They still keep winning. Non-cover there. Again, under. Bears game, crazy. 4 teams should never been that close. Miami in a total rout. The Tennessee game, craziness at the end. I mean, I look at some of these totals. I mean, just for me, I'm just happy I somehow pulled out a winner in NFL preseason this year. Next year's definitely a little tougher, and maybe I'll instead of jumping in as early as I do, I'm going to have to probably wait a little closer to game time now. I'm going to have to probably wait a little closer to game time. Nebraska, 0-6 ATS last 6. They're bad. They are bad. I mean, but they're 0-6. Let's look at these teams, though. They have been bad the last 5 years previous. And yet they come in as a double-digit fave off a team that's again, not a great team, but it's got a decent head coach. They've proven they could win a little bit. Like, what are they doing with these huge lines? Leave the Hawaii game alone. Now, you what did you like Hawaii, Markel? Yeah. What's that? You know what? Let's pull up a little again. And I said yes. I said I have a good Utah State, and I think I said it on a show with on Becky. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna do Utah State game, I guess you think first half, but I sort of like the under there. You know, I mean, I figured Utah State's going to come in, 40-14, game over, lock it up under, get healthy for Alabama. You're in a crazy game there. What is the Alabama line here? Alabama.
38.5. Ready for Alabama to run 400 yards on them and end up winning 63 to.
I'm seeing some 40s now.
40s now?
Yeah.
I will say, coming into this week, I was thinking, all right, I was looking at Utah State plus all those points, and okay, they look good, and then you saw UConn run against them. You saw UConn win for a little bit. It was like,
I mean, it's one thing you're going to take a team lightly and say whatever, but
no, you can't do that against UConn. You can, but it didn't.
You can't. Yeah, but who's
and they won by what, 10? They won by 10.
Utah State. Utah State's a team that came out of the blue to win last year. Now you think you're going to be that good? I mean, listen. 40 next week.
Very concerning.
I might lay a 40. Definitely a first half with Alabama next week.
100%. I might. I don't lay those big points, but I may lay 40.
That could be 38-0 in the first half, and then it's going to end up like 56 to 7.
28-0 by the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
With 3 rushing touchdowns of 50 yards plus.
I took the Steelers money line in a parlay like a dummy. Hold on. Steelers money line. They play today, don't they? So you're still live in that one? Justin, appreciate it. Kim, I mentioned the Eagles already to start the show. Meet you at the window. We'll meet you at the window, and we got to go take out a loan. 27-0 at the half. Again, take that kind of stuff. I mean, it's easy to say afterwards, but I mean, just got to watch it sometimes. It's preseason. It's week 0. Like I said, I'm like, yesterday's games, $3 a pop across the board, and I ended up kind of like breaking even all over the place. I just, you can't run and bet like your regular amounts on these kind of games. That's why I say money management. You can't run no matter how much you like a game. And there are people claiming out here, oh my God, this is my NFL preseason game of the year, my week 0 game. This is a game. I mean, how can I see it on there. I just think, man, like, how the hell do you have like games of months and years and stuff in August preseason? I mean, I don't know. Not me. Dave, how are you today? Houston run line. Yes, I already bet it. Mets run line first 5. First 5 here. The Metropolitans. I'm not going to say, where are my pitching matchups? I got this on the old MLB homepage. I don't want that. I'm looking for some matchup action here. Well, I'm going to have to wait for that page to load. Thank you, MLB, for slowing stuff down here. But we'll get back to the Mets first 5 with Scherzer. What is the juice on that first 5? It's got to be probably like 150-ish, I'm guessing, right? Even for a first 5 Met run line. I mean, again, for me, the Mets actually got I saw 108 yesterday, then immediately into the 130s, 140 range, 145 I see here. So I'm guessing for a first 5, it'll be right around the same. And Mariners money line here. I definitely don't want to do some Mariner money line. That's a big number here for Robbie Ray, only because Cleveland's a playoff team. Do I want to lay 150? Not interested. Listen, I almost took him last night. I had it written down here as 115, and then it was Odorizzi. I'm like, man, should I take St. Louis? I ended up not playing him. I don't know why. I should have. And it's come up a little bit now in the 125 range here for the night game, 130. Just the Braves. I don't know, man. Yesterday, the good news is that you don't have Kelsey Jensen pitching today, so they could probably win a late game here. And I was like, man, because I'm pulling for the run line because we talked about it in the show for St. Louis. I'm like 190. I got to pull for that run line. And then I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm watching this ninth inning, and everything is inside, like walking guys left and right. I'm like, this guy is gonna like walk the bases loaded, or after he walked Goldie, I'm thinking Arenado's gonna hit a home run here to walk it off. Like it's gonna be that simple.
We were watching it. After a while, me and Nick went, all right, screw the run line. Let's go Cardinals. I just want them to win. I didn't care about our bet anymore. Because once you get to the bottom of the ninth, run line's dead.
Yeah, you're unless guys hitting a home run,
we're thinking, oh, maybe Arenado comes up, dad power, 4 for 4 today. Let's get it, because this is his first game back since having his daughter, and he did well. He just he got hit with the pitch and the 2 count. But I was just happy to see the Braves lose. It's fantastic. They need to start losing more.
I mean, something I saw on Twitter, somebody said that yesterday was the first day the Braves lost since June 1st when the Mets won, except when they played head-to-head. First time the Braves have lost since June 1st when the Mets haven't beaten them. Like when the Mets win to gain a game and the Braves lose. Short of them playing their head-to-heads, that was the first time it's happened, because that's how the Braves have been.
Since the All-Star break, the Mets were like 10-0 on days that the Braves lost, and the Braves were 11-0 on days that the Mets lost. So it's like, But
I mean, Braves are putting it together.
They are dangerous.
The King went 2-2 yesterday. Tough break, Northwestern Nebraska under. I had the Northwestern under too. I had a 50.5 loser. I went 2-4 yesterday. We won with the Wyoming under. I had 46.5 under Mexico State 55. I lost the under North Carolina, Nebraska under. New Mexico State as a dog, and under Devandy. You see me kind of an under kind of guy. Are you shocked that I like kind of dogs and unders, folks? It is what it is. Speaking of, I don't even know why I'm going to say speaking of dogs. I'm going to bring up Manoah. So the other day on Twitter, when Manoah hit Judge, somebody was like, oh, he hit him because he's scared. And I got into a little conversation. Usually, I mean, I try to keep up on my notifications. A lot of times Twitter, I just kind of like post random things and retweet or whatever. And I tell you to give me a follow. That being said, so Judge gets hit, and the guy's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Judge is 0, at that point, Judge is 0-2 in the game with a strikeout and a 2 for 10 slide, and the Yanks are slumping. And it's a 2-1 game. Like, why are we putting guys on first and second? Oh, I didn't want Judge to beat him. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Manoah leads the league and hits Batman. And, of course, the next day he goes out and hits like somebody. His next start, a guy, again, same spot as Judge, high and inside. Manoah hits guys. He's got like 15 hits batters this year. He's hit 15 guys, all inside. All righties, up in the shoulder area, up high. We did that one, Dave. I'm sorry. We'll bring you back here. Michael, I grabbed the goose ticket, but you got to give it to Alcantara. How many 8 incomplete games does he have? Yeah, he's definitely. And again, I like all their pitchers. Him, I like Cabrera's youngster. I like Max Meyer. I like Sixto, Lopez. We go on and on about me loving the Marlin pitchers. And he's having a great year. Yes, I just look at it like, and I know the number nerds are going to be like, well, wins don't really matter. Well, the last time I checked, wins matter, because Miami's sitting in freaking last place and the Dodgers are sitting in first place. So wins do matter. Wins matter. Whether, I don't care that your team has to win. Oh, they don't give me any run support, he doesn't win. Well, your team's not good. I can't help you there. Wins do matter, folks. I mean, go ahead.
Sorry, he brought up how many 8-inning complete games does he have? I don't know about 8 innings, but he has pitched 9 innings 5 times this year. 4 of those complete games. One of them was a 10
extra inning game.
One of them he didn't go. He got a no decision after giving up no earned runs, 6 hits in 9 innings.
No, I mean, listen, I'm not out here.
But
I got sneeze a lot.
Okay, go ahead. But in terms of 8-inning ones, he's gotten one 8-inning complete game this year. And that was his third start of the year, 2-0 against St. Louis. Sorry, and then an 8-inning one against Philly.
Here we
where he
go.
lost 2-1.
Here we go. 8 innings, St. Louis, April 20th.
Yep.
No decision.
And then
8 innings, 4 hits.
8 innings against Philly on the 15th.
Then in May, here we go. I'll run down from the start. 8 innings against Philly, 8 innings against Washington, 3 hits. He gets a win there. Then
But
the
the
next
8
start.
against Washington was not a complete game.
Oh no, I'm just going by how many times he's gone into the 8th.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Then he had the shutout against Atlanta the next week. Then he goes 8 innings again the next week against Atlanta. 7, 9 versus Washington. 7 2/3 almost gets 8 innings. 8 innings again, New York. Back to a 7, a 9er, an 8. I mean, this guy's good for 8 innings every outing. I mean,
Yep.
Bad start versus the
less
Mets.
than 5 twice this year.
Yeah.
And that was a
Dodgers
weird
and the
start
Mets.
against San Diego early in the year, and the Dodgers his last time out.
Yeah.
Or 2 times ago.
Yeah. He started out slow, 5 innings, 6 innings. You figure work the guys back short in preseason,
Well, you
stuff
have
like
to.
that.
Nobody goes deep. The fact that he went 8 innings in April, granted, only 98 pitches, so I guess he was working his way up. And yes, working his way up to 98 pitches because he's thrown over 100 pitches like 20 times this year.
And I saw an article that the Yanks were going to get Lopez, and they backed out of it for Gleyber Torres. What? Freaking Yankees! Unbelievable. Brewers Cubbies under. Oh man, what are we doing here with the Brew Crew? Woodruff and Smiley. Smiley's finding a little fountain of youth here with the way he's been pitching lately, right? I mean, why not? I'll go under with you here. Oh, Drew Smiley, ex-Tiger. Man, I thought he's pitched a lot longer than he has. He's only been pitched 10 years. He seems like he's been around forever. Pitt Philly over. What do we got here? 9. Is this Ronzi's first game back? Because I'm a Ronzi guy. Where's Pittsburgh? Oh no, Tyler. No, am I on the wrong day here? Yes, I'm on the wrong day here. I'm like, wait a second. I pulled up Cantera's numbers. I'm like, BD pitched yesterday. Where's Ronzi? And I talk about the Cubs having nice young guys I kind of like. Now, I like Ronzi Contreras. You got Hayes. You got Cruz. You think you got some young cats here? What is this Pittsburgh team? Terrible. No, Ronzi pitched last week. 7 against Atlanta, huh? Not bad his last couple starts here.
Oh yeah, that was the
Orange
Ronzi and Order Rizzi back and forth, and I had the over in and it finished 2-1, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say over because actually it's tough doing over. I mean, like Pittsburgh is. I don't like Syndergaard, but how is Pittsburgh scoring the runs here? It's come down. It's 8.5 now. I don't know. One that one, gracious. I'm gonna have to give it a pass. I mean, it was a 9. It's 8.5 now. Brew Crew money line. 160, huh? I can't lay 160. Their bullpen used to be a strength, is a weakness. I would have to do a run line. As good as Woody is, and it's a guy we love, he's a solid, probably number 3 Cy Young guy, right? Is it Woodward today going for them, or is it Lauer?
Woodruff?
Who's pitching today?
It's Lauer today.
Lowry today?
Not top 3.
Okay. I thought.
That'd be Bernsey, that is.
Why did I think?
Also keep in
mind.
Oh yeah.
Woody pitched yesterday. I'm sorry. Woodruff yesterday.
One thing with the Cubs, the Cubs have either split or won the series against the Brewers every series this year.
All right. Yeah, I was wrong on the pitchers. Why I thought Woodruff was pitching, but I'm thinking Burns' numbers in my head, and then it doesn't make a difference because it's Lauer today. Definitely, I would lean probably under in this game. Yeah, I was on the wrong thing because I'm thinking it was Drew Smiley, and it's not Drew Smiley. I was on the totally wrong day. I apologize, folks. That's what happens when you go back and forth to look at Sandy Alcantara stats. This matchup here, I'm going to say I kind of lean under. Again, didn't bet anything here. It was 160. I don't know. If you wake up Milwaukee, either run line. I don't care who's pitching for Milwaukee. It'd have to be a run line play. And Baltimore run line. You got to take that little plusums there against Verlander. You think Voth keeps it close? I don't know.
Nah, come on, Baltimore money line. Let's run it.
There's
no way the Astros get swept.
There you go. Tony might get it. Again, we just went through his numbers. I think it's going to be difficult because 12-6 is one thing. The guy, if he runs the table and wins his next 5, he has 17 wins. I have to give it to a 17 wins is, again, old school kind of guy. You had to have kind of like wins and a decent ERA to be considered that. Even on a bad, like his numbers, even on a bad team, are better than so many other guys. You'd have to give him some kind of consideration, even over Goss.
Without fail, 1246 every single day. All right. Not the legit every single day, 1246 Higgs freezes. That's hilarious. I feel like in order for Tony Gonsolin to win it, there has to be a big collapse from Sandy Alcantara. But that's just me. Tony Gonsolin could still win it because you gotta look at it. He's on a winning team, and Alcantara is not. But we'll see. We'll see. Where is he in the chat? You are far behind. All right. Come on, Higgs. Alcantara, no run support, pitches over 7 innings, like 10 times, dominate, easy Cy Young. Gonsolin plays for the Dodgers. Dodgers made Heaney look good. I'm gonna leave this comment up for him. That is good. I like that. You're kind of bringing it right back into the Grom, Cy Young, and whenever that was. So no, I kind of agree with that one. 1246.
Always. It is always
every single day without fail.
It's always the same time. It is always the same time it freezes.
1246.
I looked down. I was like, and I'm frozen. I looked down at the time. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
So, yep, 1246 every single day.
It's usually right around quarter of 10 of every single time.
I was watching the time. I'm like, up 1244. It's about to get close. 1246, and you're going over a count. Perfect timing,
dude. It would have been funny if we would have came in and be like, you know what, it's quarter up, so I know you're gonna freeze in a couple minutes. I'm gonna come in and just hang out for a bit.
All right, tomorrow I'll come in at 12:45 and like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here for when you freeze in a minute.
Take you out of the picture.
Just have an extra tab ready to click in.
Listen, the easy. It's not really easy. He plays it. Makes it. Come on, what does that mean? Haney's still pitching to a 1 ERA. Is that because he's on the Dodgers? He was on the Yankees last year. He didn't have a 1 ERA with the Yankees. He had a 7 ERA with the Yankees. I get there's no run support. All I'm saying is that at a, and again, I didn't know, 12-6, and he's going to, if they win some games for him and he gets 15, 16, 17 wins, I agree. It shouldn't really be a doubt because the guy's going to have a lot more strikeouts. On the flip side, you're looking at a guy who could go 21-1 or better, even 21. I mean, give up less than 100 hits in a season in 160, 70 innings. Nah. I mean, you got to give a little love to Gonsolin here. Please. Everyone playing Verlander online. They win by 1 or lose. Also, no Alvarez in the lineup. Yordi's been hurt for 2 months. Yordi Alvarez has been hurt for 2 months. Let him sit. If you're going to be serious about winning World Series, let him sit for the rest of the season if need be. You got enough young guys that could bring in here and get it done. You've been an under team all year with that lineup. It doesn't make a difference if Yordi's playing. The guy's been hurt since June. Go to his numbers for pre-June and then look after it. He's hurt. Let him sit. Dodgers. What about the Dodgers?
They're up 3-0.
Are we shocked they're winning 3-0?
Klay Thompson's brother hit a home run.
Klay Thompson. What's the place?
Klay Thompson. It's his brother hit a home. Legit, it's his brother.
The play for today for me is Rangers run line. That's all I got today for you. That is all I got. I'm not really loving the card today. Got the Yankee over. White Sox run line first 5. Don't trust the bullpen. I don't trust the lineup as well. I mean, Cease is great. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I don't like Dylan Cease, but that team is a mess right now. Correa over 1.5 total bases, 6-8 in the series with a homer, and got 2 jacks versus Junis. Why not, Jacob Junis, ex-Royal, right? Go for it. Let's go, Michael. I like it. Stroh's first 5 under. Yes. Carenzo, welcome. Good to see you. Corey Jones checking in. Another old timer saying hello. Michael Walker, Mets run line. Sure, it's a little steep for my liking here in the 145 range, but I understand it's Scherzer, right? Get it done versus a bad Colorado team. Milwaukee money line. I'm not laying 160 with Lauer. I would probably lean towards the under there. Houston over a Verlander. Interesting. That's got to be a plus money with that over there? No, I mean 7.5 now. This was a it was a 7 last night. It's gone up. No, well, you just got a bad number to 7. I see a 6.5 out of an offshore spot right now. Detroit scares me a little bit, but yes, leading the Steelers. Well, I mean, again, if you're going to follow the steam, and the steam had been paying off for people, 4.5 up to 5.5, 6, 6.5. Find the best number if you like the Steelers. I had over Nebraska, easy winner. We advance runners in Little League. Yes, we do. Real simple. I don't know why they can't do it at the major league level. Again, I'm old school. Letters to the knees for the strike zone. Stop with this nonsense. I don't mind a big strike zone. Swing the bat. Washington money line, Philly over. Washington Nationals. A little natty love with Corbin and Ladoli Oxenfree. I mean, what are we doing here with this team? I had the Nats on the run line the other day with Savelli, their youngster on the hill against Minor. Taking a step back, I should have been like, you know what? I should have just kept with maybe an over, and then maybe thought to myself, Mike Minor's terrible, but he's a major league pitcher, and this is a minor league organization, this Nationals. Lineup and pitchers. Now they're going for the sweep. I'm not looking to take Washington to avoid getting swept, right? I mean, it's easy to say no way the Nationals get swept. I mean, easy to say no way the Astros get swept, right? Everybody's going to jump on the Astros. Are we really running to bet the Nationals? How about, I would just rather do Cincy run line here. Half hour away. Still time to get down on that. Give me Cincy run line, actually. I couldn't agree more. Please do away with the BS phantom run on second. It's terrible. It's terrible. What do we need a phantom running for? If you're at the game, you want to, please. I'll gladly take extra baseball. What they charge for tickets and sodas and food. Yeah. Exactly, Kim. He should be canned. They should have a press conference tomorrow. He should be fired. Let Mark Whipple take over this program for the rest of the year. See you, Scott. Sorry. You're supposed to come back to Nebraska and bring us to our former glory. No, it's 3 years of crap, and you start off this way. Goodbye. Same with guys who came back to Miami. Randy Shannon, terrible. Let's Cristobal. Everybody's high on Cristobal. Let's see. Mark, who they had? Mark Rick came in. Come on. Cleveland team total over. I mean, I do kind of like the Indians. Can we watch your fantasy? I don't know, Dave. I have no idea where the fantasy is. Should I stream it to my Twitter feed or my YouTube, my personal YouTube channel? I'll throw it on the Sean Higgs YouTube. That would be funny, Dave. Because there's some wackos. Listen, there are a lot of South Jersey, got a lot of Philly, a lot of Philadelphia fans, a lot of crazy Eagle fans. I said something about the Cowboys in the group chat, and I got middle fingers. I got a voice text cursing me out. What else do we get here? I got a Troy Aikman. Looks like Troy Aikman taking a snap fumble. Yep. I got a Jerry Jones turning into a clown, and then I hit him with a "How about them Cowboys?" There's the.
I mean, Philadelphia fans are just the greatest. Like they are so polite. They're so nice to everybody. No, I hate Philadelphia. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just nice little
just at the stadium driving by.
Yep. Philadelphia fans so nice.
WNBA.
2 games, both of them taking them over.
Over WNBA.
Yep.
Do the Mets win today? Yes. Take the Mets by 2, 4, and 5. Yes. Fernando, welcome. Good to see you, Fernando. How you been this week? He likes your Mets minus 2.5. Braves money line. Corey is fading Wayno here, huh?
He's backing Odorizzi. Yeah,
I know,
fun.
it's tough.
I can hit Odorizzi's fastball.
It's a parlay, though. We'll see what happens. Angels in the Angels are. I never saw Angels in the outfield. No Angels in the outfield.
Good movie. Good movie.
No Sandlight. No Sandlot. The rookie. I did actually catch a piece of the rookie. Didn't like that. Oh, what the heck was that one with Brandon Frazier? He's Steve Nebraska. He's like literally like Babe Ruth. They find him in like the Mexican League. Steve Nebraska. Go look it up. See what it's called. Look, stop eating whatever the heck you're eating down there and look up Steve Nebraska. Find out what movie it is. Brandon Frazier movie. In the last 3 years, I literally put 4 bets, including yesterday. But when I heard Earl Brothers True Video on FSU, I jumped ship and got on Duquesne. Winner.
W.
Steve Nebraska.
Steve Nebraska.
Yes. What's it called?
The Scout.
The Scout. That's right. He was a Yankee scout. Yes.
Yeah, the Scout in 1994. I've never seen it.
Yes. Phillies run line. Again, against Pittsburgh, sure. Mets first 5. It's Scherzer. I'm not gonna say no to Scherzer, right? Just take care of business against Colorado's bad. Can the Mets come out and just get up 5-0 early, make it easy on us? Never saw it, Jojo. Never saw it. Yeah, see the Sandlot. Best movie, 8 Men Out. Never saw 8 Men Out either. Major League, yes. Bull Durham, yes. The Scout, yes. The Natural, yes. I remember watching The Natural when we first got HBO back in like the early 80s. If Mets do this for me, I swear I'm going to scream and call New York. They should cover 2.5. I mean, the Mets should win this game 4-0. Let's go. Sylvester, watching Summer Rental. Yes, Summer Rental, John Candy. Great movie. Great movie. Oh, this is your table? I guess this is your wife, too? John Candy, Rip Torn. Cary Green, the chick from Goonies, plays his daughter. Good stuff. Summer Rental, funny. John Candy. Is there a bad John Candy movie? I don't think so. Then with the GOAT, what do we got here? Max bet minus 135. Okay, 135. That's about my top run line kind of stuff here. Ronesy off a nice outing for the Pirates. Almost said the Steelers. But Philly's lurking. They are lurking, folks. I know Timmy doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear that the Phillies are lurking behind the Mets 10 games back.
Okay. The problem is, I mentioned I think Philly has a good end of the season. They have the schedule to do it.
But you have a good
The
you have an easy
problem
schedule
with the
too.
Phillies right now is the Mets and the Braves are not losing games.
That's I know. I mean they're rolling along
That's
as
the
well.
only
They're still
concern.
10. They're still 10 back.
They've won 6 games and have made up nothing. They've won 6 games in a row and made up like a game.
And
Like-
here the good news is that they're basically going to be the number 2 wild card probably. They stay ahead.
Yeah,
of
they pretty much locked themselves. I would love to see them as the number 1 seed because they got to keep in mind they still get 7 games against Atlanta. They still get 7 of them, and they're 6.5 games back. Philly,
we're going to see
better than Atlanta over the rest of the season.
It's going to come. It's going to come down to that for Philly.
Yep.
And as I said, beginning of the year, trade deadline comes, they're either going to unload everybody and start over or bring in some guys. They brought in some guys. It's going to come down to those games because if you take 4 out of 6, you're still in it. You know.
Yep.
Atlanta comes in and smokes you 5-1. At that point, San Diego might leapfrog you. You know.
I don't know, but it should be interesting to see.
NFL games today: Giants and the Jets, Detroit and Pittsburgh. I would probably lean over the Detroit one more than the Giant game. Again, I'm taking off today's game. I'll wrap up a 58% preseason and move on to regular season. Thank you. Thank you for playing. I'll take my money. 4-1 NFL preseason, only losing on the Browns last night. The Bums. Yeah, tough. Like I thought the Browns would play a little better. I had Cleveland myself. Not sure I could make a mass bet on Thor and Contreras is not horrible. Well, I mean, the whole max bet talk for, I mean, you want to really unload on that game out of all the games today? I don't know. Do I agree with a run line play there? Run line only, obviously. I mean, even that is the top of my food chain at 135. I mean, if I'm doing a run line play today, my favorite run line would probably be the Rangers, or I'm going to take. I even say the Astros. I know people are down on Astros, right? They're going to get swept, drop 2 in a row. Everybody's jumping on them. Much like Alcantara, Verlander's having a nice little season himself. So, and Voth. Again, if we're doing a max bet, would you rather take a Thor or a Verlander? Phillies team total over 5. Should get there. Though, again, the total, 9 to 8.5, Markel. Good morning from the West, wise guy. Nick, welcome. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Hope you're having a nice Sunday. Today at 5 o'clock. Well, what's today at 5 o'clock? You're doing a show today at 5 o'clock? What's at 5 o'clock here, Nicholas? I'm missing something. Here's what we're seeing, guys, because that run line was minus 125, and now it is a 110. I don't mind what it is. People, like, you got to remember, the thinking here is that no way they get swept. So the public's going to come in and bet Houston, and the real money's going to come in on the Astros at plus money. Fernando, aces and sky both to cover. Looks too easy. Well, Tim says to take the overs.
I'm just taking the overs. I want to see how these games go. I would kind of lean dogs today, but I don't know. I do not like sides.
I skipped Nick, but I want to get one. So Mets first 5, 1.5, 105. That's not bad. You're getting plus money. Go for it. Go for it. Plus 2, 146. So the minus 2 for first 5 is plus 146, or is that a full game? NFL, Nicholas is on the Giants and the over 38 and Lions and the over 36. See, I think for the Giant game, you got a bad number because I saw a 5 out here for the Giants. I saw a 5 spot. Let's get a live line. Nope, actually it's down to 3.5. It's 3.5 now. This was 5. Wow, I literally wrote this down as a 5, like an hour at 9 o'clock this morning. Giants for me, I like the Giants at plus 3, so at plus 4 I do like them. Total, again, I would be more on the Pittsburgh over, since I think their backup quarterbacks are going to want to throw, and just that's an organization that just, I don't know. As much as I'm a Dallas fan and I hate Pitt, they do things good over there. The Lions, I can't take a 6. I can't. Why is that line going up? Stay away from me. Stay away. Markel took the Orioles money line and the D-backs money line. I'm not going to say no taking 2 nice-sized dogs, Markel, versus a struggling White Sox team and a Houston, and you're going for the sweep, right? No one's giving you a shot. I'm not going to say no to that. You know that. Reds run line. Yes, Victor. Yes, yes, yes. Sheets ribby prop. Vlad for the Blue Jays. I can't do White Sox ribby props. They're just too bad for me right now. Vladdy, I will jump on with you, sure. Gosselin's a 5-inning pitcher. When has he pitched 9 innings or the close? I think he pitched 9 innings the other day. I think he had a shutout. I'll pull up some Gosselin. I thought he had a shutout the other day, believe it or not. I mean, 5-inning pitcher or not.
The most he's gone this year is 7.
That was a 7-inning game?
7 2/3 versus the Padres is the most he's gone. But no, he's a 5 to 7 inning pitcher.
So someone against Milwaukee the other day went 7, nothing allowed. Well, he starts out 3-4, 6-4, 5-5, 6-6, 6-6, 6-6, 6-5-5, 7-7-5, 6-5-5, 6-7-5.
He's consistent.
But they don't let him throw pitches. I mean, he throws 90 pitches, they pull him out. I mean, 85 pitches. Come on. What are you doing here? Guy throws 80 pitches, pull him out.
They're keeping him healthy. That's what they're doing. This team is on a historic pace. They've got, I think their lucky number is down in the teens, and it's August. And they're going to, they should clinch up the division within, 2 weeks? It's not even close. What is their division lead right now? Like, they are up so much that it's kind of hilarious.
I mean, and then you have Urias last year. Remember, I was like, this guy gets 0 Cy Young. The guy goes 20-3 with 200 Ks. This year, 13-7, 230 ERA, 130 innings, 133 innings, 100 a K an inning, 130 Ks. But again, they pitch their guys, and it's sad because he's been pitching for 7 years. The dude's 25 years old. Urias.
Yeah, you gotta just.
I mean,
the big thing that I look at is there's no real reason for them to have those guys out. Like, because I know entertainment fans, whatever. You gotta look. This team is up 18 and a half games in the division. Their lucky number is now 18 to win the division. So 18 wins, a combination of 18 wins and or 18 losses from San Diego, or a combination of something in between. This team is going to clinch in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and they'll have nothing to play for come September. They'll clinch the 1 seed pretty soon after, because they are currently they're only 5 games up. Right, 5 games. I believe it might be more. How far are they up on the Mets? Just for they're 6.5 games up on the Mets, so the Mets aren't catching them. They're going to get that 1 seed, and pretty soon they're going to coast. So yeah. They'll keep Gonsolin and Urias and their main guys going 5 innings, because they don't have to have them go any further.
Dude,
they just want to keep them warm.
And let's talk Dustin May. So he came up in 2019. He had a couple starts. 10 starts in 2020. He goes 10 games, 3-1, 2.5 ERA, gets hurt. Like, this team, people, you better be thankful they didn't get Soto, because I said they could have traded May or Urias or Gonsolin or any of these young guys. I mean, it's insane. Tyler,
they don't need to.
How about Tyler Anderson at 13-2 with a 2.6 ERA? I mean,
exactly. This team is.
It's got a 2.6 ERAs. The 5th starters, 11-1.
This Dodger team is 49 games above 500. They're 40. The Nationals, Oakland, Pittsburgh, and Detroit all have 49 or less wins. And the Dodgers have 49 wins above 500. This team is on a historic pace. I believe if they go on an average run of what they're doing, I think it's 21-10 or something to end the year, they will have a better record than the Seattle Mariners in 2001 and break it. This team's on a historic pace. If the Dodgers don't win the World Series this year, that might be the biggest failure in MLB.
I mean, seriously.
Like, this team, and it's not like they're getting all their stars to do everything. There is so many players on this team that are coming up out of nowhere.
No Bueller. Bueller's been on basically the whole year.
Kershaw. And Bueller's gone this year or next year.
Is he got next year too? I get some.
He's out.
I get some autograph. I go get signed autograph stuff from him, and he goes down. So I killed his Hall of Fame career. Yep, I mean, Turner and Freeman are the only guys hitting 300. Betts 278. Exactly. Belly, my MVP Bellies look bad at 207. Will Smith 270. Turner 262. Justin. Luxo hitting around 300. Not bad. Muncy 186. Starting player hitting 186. Joey Gallo starting 170.
The reason why this Dodgers team is so good, their ERA this year is 2.86. Are you kidding me? Their bullpen ERA is 3.14. That's 3rd in the league behind Houston and New York.
Go look at Anderson, Urias, and Gonsolin are the best. I mean, people are going to say, I'll take Verlander. Those 3 guys are 40-5 on the year. Every day the freeze. The every day the freeze is at quarter of, 10 of. Tony, what do you say? Appreciate that you hide the Twins webcams until they speak. They got their own show. You can't come in here and take over my show. Everyone's saying Marlins. Who's saying Marlins today? I mean, I like Cabrera. Oh, you had Marlins? Oh, okay. I
Our
didn't know that.
Marlins were our best bet, so that
All right, all right. It's still early. I mean, it isn't. I'll throw out they're getting no hits, so that way I'll end the jinx. I'll be like, yeah, Dodgers with a no hitter, so I'll end the jinx for you, and then we strike with like a
but it's
home run.
3-0 Dodgers, which normally for an average team is whatever, but for Miami, that's like a 10-0 lead.
Yeah. Yeah, WNBA, we had the overs.
Over in both
Overs
games.
today. Overs from Tim Earl in WNBA. Cleveland money line. I would take a shot, Cleveland money line. Capture most overrated sports franchise in America. They've been the Lakers. At least the Lakers have won something recently. Holy cow. I live in Pittsburgh. Philly fans are ridiculous. Yes, they are. You say WNBA over with a shrug. No, that's what he said. I'm saying shrug like over. He's got him. He came in early, John, and said he liked both overs in WNBA today. Me, I don't know. I don't do WNBA. Tim is WNBA. He says overs. Parlay, Mets money line and under. Tampa money line and the under. What do we got with the Rays and Boston here? See, for me, it's tough doing an under in Boston because that park can play crazy. And I had Tampa yesterday, so definitely not interested in that. Yeah. School ties. That wasn't a baseball movie, School Ties, but we'll take it because it's got Sean Austin in it, and it's got the kid from Will Wheaton, right? From what was that? Wonder Years, right? Was he Wonder Years? No, was he Wonder Years? Will Wheaton?
I think it was Star Trek.
No, you're way past what we're talking about here. That's old Will Wheaton. We're talking about young Will Wheaton. School ties. Terrorists come over, take over the prep school. It's fabulous. Mets money line. Yes. Braves cards over. Interesting Braves cards. You know what? I'm going to say yes to that because it's Odorizzi and Atlanta's just been hitting. And this line, am I seeing an 8.5 from an 8? It's gone up. So yeah, we'll do that with you. Steelers money line. Steelers money line laying 6. What is that at? I can't do that. Can't be laying like a 160. Those WNBA picks don't seem very confident. Well, they're not my. Tim does WNBA. Tim, come in here and reassure John. He's going to bet on. I mean,
bet the overs. These are two teams. Both games, the two teams are scoring really high in the postseason. They're going to be high scoring games. Run it.
And John, I'm not a WNBA. I don't bet WNBA. Don't bet WNBA. I don't bet UFC. I don't bet golf or tennis, soccer. Just real sports. Hoops, men's basketball, real sport, not WNBA. College, football, and baseball. Or an NFL, obviously. That's it. My WNBA, don't listen to anything I say at WNBA. I do not bet WNBA. And as for if you're newer here, if I'm not betting a game, like here we go. Braves cards. I got no action on this game. Nathan knows this. I lean here based on what I've seen here is probably over St. Louis, Atlanta. And I kind of lean on the Cardinals only because I'm not a big Odorizzi guy. So, again, did not bet it. I'll talk about every single game in here, John, but if I don't have it, you know firsthand that I'm not betting it. Braves win. We'll see, Desmond. I just want you guys to win because I'm not betting the game. So whoever you have, Braves, Cardinals, over, under, good luck to you. All these people laying crazy juice on the Mets' first 5 run line. Playing a first 5 full game prop at 120. They have to win the first 5 and then the game the cash. Yeah, I mean, for me, Mike, the first 5 run lines and first 5s in general, unless I'm getting a minus 110, 120, or a plus, I'm not looking to bet that game. Like I'm not, you know this from watching over the years. I don't want to lay. People were screaming Marlins this morning. I understand. Cabrera's not bad. I like Cabrera. Astros Dodgers World Series. Yes. Without a doubt, Astros and Dodgers World Series. For me, though, here we go. Rangers run line is what I got. Plus 125. NFL, I got nothing today. I'm going to wrap up my season with a nice 58% clip. I'll take it. Get ready for next year. College football, I'll probably hit some college football. I'll throw them in the chat this week because we do have games Thursday. I bet a bunch already. If you haven't already, the promo code $39 for a week of plays. Go get it. Can't really beat that.
Hey, good work on that no hitter. Second pitch in the bottom of the fourth, solo shot for Brian Anderson.
Yes, there you
There we go. On the board. On the board. Only need 2 more to tie it up. Let's go.
go. How can anyone back off? Yeah, and that's another one. I'm not a people do it. NASCAR, horse racing. I'll stick with how I've made money last 20 years, and that's not betting things I don't know anything about. That's just me. That's just me. And that goes for leaning more into first fives and strike, K props for pitchers or nerfy stuff like that. I'm not going to come in and try to go full blown on nerfies and nerfies if I'm not betting them. I'm not going to tell you, let's do this in golf, but I'm not betting it. My money, I'm going to put my money on it. There is no way in hell I'm telling you to put your money on it. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. All right. Back tomorrow. Money Monday. 1 week closer to NFL. I will see you all then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.